Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel where I talk about saving money, budgeting, and building wealth. So if you're interested in any of those topics, go ahead and check out my other videos and also subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. So today we're going to be talking about is why and how I bought a house when usually people would probably recommend against it. So I did it. First off, let's go over the reasons why I decided to buy a house. So I did want to own a house. So as you know, with renting, of course, you will never own that house. Like you will never own that place where you live, and you'll always have a housing expense. So I did want to eventually own a house, so I would not have to have a housing expense. There's such a large housing expense for the rest of my life. And also, I knew houses were getting a little more expensive. Probably a year before I bought my house, I would just check and see how much this type of house I wanted, how much it would cost, and it looked like it was getting more and more expensive. And I knew that I could only afford a certain amount because I knew how much I made. So I knew I could only afford a certain amount for a housing payment. Another reason I did go ahead and buy a house is because it was a part of my personal goals. If you watch my video where I talk about the smartest decisions that I've made with my money, then you'll know that I had personal goals for myself. And so the next step, according to where I was, the next step was to go ahead and buy a house. Another reason I decided to buy a house is because the longer I waited, it wouldn't have benefited me. And plus, I was getting this, it would be discouraging if I knew I had to pay off the student loan debt, which would probably take like 5 years to do. And then I know I have to save up this money. So, yeah, that would be very discouraging. And I would feel like I would never get to that point. So, that's another reason why I went ahead and bought this house. So, how I did it. Pretty much, my credit was never really bad. I guess I had a couple medical bills, but my credit was never really bad. So I was good on that. Let's see, I looked at how much I could afford, and I saw that by looking at my debt to income ratio. I noticed that my debt to income ratio was too high to buy a house, so I did go ahead and pay off some debt so I could buy this house. I believe I paid off my SUV. I had just bought an SUV, so I did go ahead and pay off my SUV within a year. So my debt to income ratio could look better. So I could get approved for this house. I also found a program that worked for my situation. So my situation, as far as I had a low income, my husband was still in school. I had my job, but of course, I wasn't making too much money. So I had to find a program that worked with me having a low income and also not having a down payment. So yeah, and also I did save up a little money because I wanted to build a fence for my yard because I have dogs. So I know I needed to build a fence. And what if I needed to do appliances? That cost a few thousand as well. So I did save up a little money. Now let's look at if I regretted it. No, I don't regret buying a house this early with student loan debt and without a down payment. So if you look at my previous video, you'll see that I have about $30,000 of equity on my house. And if I was renting that whole time, that would be $30,000 that I would not have. Let's see, I bought my house in February 2018. It's now July 2020. So in these 2 years, I made $30,000 just from buying my house. So no, I don't regret it. I would really recommend anybody that can afford a house and or can actually buy a house to go ahead and buy a house as soon as possible. I don't right now. I do not see a situation where it's a bad idea to buy a house. And also, as you can see by the title, I went through the NACA program. That's the program I used. I made a whole video talking about why I like going through that program. So check that out if you like, and hopefully you can become a homeowner as well. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.